It's Night of Speed here at Lucas Oil Speedway on MAV TV, our final feature of the night. And it is the O'Reilly Auto Parts stock cars. They will file out 2 by 2 from over in turn number 2. 23 made the appearance here at Lucas Oil Speedway. We talk about Night of Speed. We talk about the late models and the modifieds. They're the fastest cars around. These cars don't go quite as fast, but they put on just as good of a show. You'll see 3-wide action. You'll see battling. You'll see bumping and bruises. And William Gardner will start on the point for this, as he is out of Lebanon, Missouri, part of the Lebanon bloodline. Starting on the pole after the redraw. Look at the rest of the field as we get them shaped up, as Garner, a winner last year at Lucas Oil Speedway and the champ at Dallas County Speedway. Aaron Esparza from Clearwater, Kansas, first time to Lucas Oil Speedway, had a great heat race. The redraw puts him on the front row with Waylon Dimmitt and Dean Willie back in row 2. Robert White finished second in the points last year. The Lebanon, Missouri native starts inside row number 3. Austin Kaplan outside of him. Appleton City, Missouri's Colton Borland and Rodney Schweitzer make up row number 4. Mason Beck from Urbana and Zeb Keeper in row 5. Kristen Oley and Mark Simon starting 11th and 12th. Your defending champ, Brian White, he's going to have some work to do as he starts back in 14th. Ed Griggs in 16th. Doug Keller starting in 17th. The rest of the field with Blaine McMillan, first time ever behind the wheel. He is James McMillan's son. He starts in 20th. And speaking of James, scheduled to start in 23rd, and he does make it out. He was not here for the heat race earlier on, but he has made his way out for the feature. You see that MAV TV logo on the back window of that Bill Roberts Chevrolet Pace truck. Glad to have you along here on MAV TV, as this is first of many we'll have here this season. And William Gardner, Aaron Esparza on the front row. Doug, get ready for the last feature, but maybe one of the more entertaining ones you'll see with this stock car division.
Stock car has always been great as we started them a few years back, and man, I tell you what, they are incredible as green flag flies. Garner with the lead, jumps out to the lead, coming out of turn number 2. Here comes Dean Willie, though, fast up to Dimmitt.
Told you it wouldn't take him long to get 3 and 4 wide. Look at him back in the pack, even fighting for second 3 wide. Willie, the middle of the sandwich. Rob White Jr. has to lift off the gas, and now Waylon Dimmitt, pilot of the number 11, looks to the outside. He'll grab the lead. Can anyone else get around William Gardner? Dean Willie's going to try. He looks to the inside down the backstretch, stays on the loud pedal a little bit longer, and the newcomer spins. Brings out the Boone's Barbecue caution for the very first time in this event. Blaine McMillan, younger son of James McMillan, brings out the first caution. And it didn't take long, 1 lap in. Portable car. You can actually have a wallet that has something in it by the time the year's done by running this class.
Well, and it's a very competitive class as they come around. Green flag this time, as they come through 1 lap in the books.
And Waylon Dimmitt had grabbed that lead after 1 lap. He still has it over Dean Willie right now. Then it's 3 across, back for 3rd. Rob White Jr. has the nose out in front of Austin Kaplan. And a car spins. He's on the infield right now. Can he stay there, and can we stay green? Mike Striegel's giving it a good look. He's not in a great spot right now, hoping he can get fired back up and back underway. We stay green momentarily, but then as the field goes by, the Boone's Barbecue caution will come out, and that spin will bring it out for the second time. The
classes, but man, I tell you what, this is one of the most competitive classes, and man, they have incredible races, and I'm sure we're going to get back to one. We got 18 more laps to do that, but man, Dimmitt was dead fast, but he's got some stiff competition behind him.
He does indeed, as you've got a multiple track champion and Rob White to the outside, Dean Willie. Very successful as well to the inside of row 2. Whenever I go through the pits, I ask, especially early in the year, if there's any changes to your car, new chassis, new engine. You talk to the drivers of the modifieds, the late model, yeah, we've got a whole new setup, we got all new stuff. You go to these stock car drivers, you're like, nope, same one, just pulled it out of the shed. I'm back at it. I put air in the tires, we're good.
New tires, there you go.
I did put a new wrap on.
Well, green flag's in the air. Dimmitt jumps out to the lead. But Dean Willie right there with him. And here comes Robert White. We talked about the defending champion on the series, White family, but the 24 bringing out the second caution.
So he brings out the second caution over in turn number 1. You have another spin, and that is the 50 of Daryl Hurt. He is parked on the infield. Jason Civils flipped his car a couple years ago. Brian Allison flipped his car a couple years ago on opening night. Opening night has not been very good in recent years. Tonight, been pretty darn salty, if you will.
Absolutely.
We talk about cars getting a new wrap on it. Rob White Jr. is one of them. He's back behind Waylon Dimmitt right now in that number 5. He looks to the outside of Dean Willie, trying to make something happen. He said that he blocked for his son early on in the racing season last year, and it probably cost him the 8 points that cost him a season championship. He's leaving nothing on the table this year. He's going to get every single position he can, and my guess is he'd probably spin his own son out if he had to get another couple of spots. He rides along in third right now. Austin Kaplan, first time we have seen the A1A Beachfront Avenue car here out of Collins, Iowa. A Spa chassis, mid-state engine, stay-right transmission, the sponsor for the former national champion at the IMCA Sport Mod division back in 2010, and he is looking awful sporty on the top side. He's around Rob White and into the top 3.
He has definitely found a good track to follow around here as they come through. We talk about Waylon Dimmitt, though, still out front. Dean Willie in that second spot. Kaplan third. Now the champion, or former champions, Robert White and Schweitzer round out your top 5.
Rob White in the number 5. Schweitzer in the 74 to the inside of him, not able to make the pass that time. Rodney won at Electric City Lakeside and Bolivar a season ago. 1 win already. That came at Rocket way back in March. So Rodney Schweitzer out of Kansas City, Kansas has already found his way to victory lane. He's just barely in the top 5 right now. Colton Borland in the number 2. He rides along in 6th. Mason Beck out inside of him in the number 0. Mason out of Urbana, Missouri, who was a 12-time winner last year. Won here at Lucas Oil Speedway twice. Won at Bolivar, Midway, Dallas County. And now Dean Willie. He is trying to knife into that lead that Waylon Dimmitt has. We see so many cars in this division, Doug, as now James McMillan, the other half of that Gator Graphics gang, and the other half of that McMillan family now spins. So business partners in this race, family members in this race, and James McMillan had been the big mover up 10 spots, but no more, as he is now off the track. Wheel to wheel from second and third on back. Waylon Dimmitt has led every lap so far after starting in third. And Austin Kaplan with a little bit of a wide turn through turns 2. He's going to lose a spot as now Rodney Schweitzer. He is a driver that we talked about running around in 5th. Now all of a sudden he's up in a podium finish in 3rd on the back bumper of Dean Willie.
Yeah, Willie up there. Here comes trying to catch up with Dimmitt, the 74 of Schweitzer in that second or third spot, the 5. And that is Robert White moving up into 4th and sending the 1 or A1A of Austin Kaplan back to that 5th spot here tonight.
You can't say A1A without saying Beachfront Avenue. You just can't.
I wonder where you were getting that at. So Waylon Dimmitt showing the way here and opening up a lead. But as a longer run goes, I have noticed Dean Willie becomes better and better with that car. That car is set up to go longer runs. It may not jump out from the start very well, but if it keeps going, then he is going to catch you as a caution flies.
These two have had a really good run here, and Rob White and Austin Kaplan going back and forth. And as you mentioned, caution does come out. Christopher Sawyer in the number 12. This is over in turn number 4. And with 10 laps down, we have reached the midway.
It's not bad out here.
Not at all.
Yeah.
You're still wearing short sleeves. Mike Striegel's already put a sweatshirt on. He did that early in the evening. He's just not as tough as you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to say that.
As he waves the green. Mike Striegel's the one that figures out if we get out of here on time tonight. He holds the green and the checkers up on top of the flag stand. And right now, Rodney Schweitzer, who started back in 8th, he is up to 3rd. Dean Willie, and we were going to make this comment right before the caution came out. Usually with these stock cars, whenever they first started coming here, you didn't see any of them getting up high on the track.
Right.
Everybody stayed down low, middle of the track. They are now starting to get dialed in even more. And how about Rob White Jr.? When you see an opening, you got to step through it, and Rob White Jr. is trying to run right through that tiny gap. Not going to be able to make it hold this time. They were 3 wide. Now they drop back to 2 wide. Tonoli, who was up in front of both of those cars, now has drifted back. Rob White's around him, as is Austin Kaplan.
And we talked about Dean Willie. Dean Willie keeps closer and closer to Dimmitt. And he's looking in. He's got 8 laps to decide this. He's got the opportunity to catch him and get around yet, but Schweitzer sitting back, waiting to see what's going to happen. Here comes Mason Beck.
Single-digit laps left now, 7 to go. This time around, it will be 6 laps remain. And Rob White Jr., who was running up in the top 3, still having a tough time navigating over in turns 3 and 4. And we really have not seen that end of the track be that difficult yet tonight. And as the cars have just continued to put wear and tear on the track, you're starting to see it get tougher and tougher to get around 3 and 4. Here's Dean Willie. Gets to the back end of Waylon Dimmitt. He's only got 5 laps left to do something. Can he pull off the slider? Can't get it done that trip around in turns 1 and 2.
Well, and he is right there with him as he comes around. Going to be 4 to go. This time around, can Willie make it or will he not?
I think Willie's got a good chance at it with only 3 to go. The caution flies again. Yellow light comes out. And how about Rodney Schweitzer? Had worked so hard to get to the front of the pack, was running up in the top 3, and he brings out the Boone's Barbecue caution. Tough break for the 746 of as Mason has now gotten up into the top 3. Brand new look for him. And Waylon Dimmitt. Good looking ride right now. That Hewlett-sponsored number 11. He's had 15 in him so far. Does he have 5 left? And Dean Willie letting it all hang out. Nearly brushes the wall as he takes the green. That might have got him just a little upset. The car gets higher and higher. He's looking for some tacky stuff, trying to find some grip. That allows Mason Beck to the inside. Willie is hot-footing it around the top side. Mason Beck trying to see what he does. Now Dean goes to the inside. Gets closer and closer to Waylon Dimmitt. He'll get the 2 to go this time around. Dimmitt stretches that lead out. 6, 7, now 6, 5, 4 car lengths. Willie's starting to get up there in no man's land with 2 to go. That lap right there cost him a little bit. Does a little shimmy shake off of turn 4. That allows Waylon Dimmitt to stretch his lead out and allows Mason Beck to reel in the Gator Graphics 68 of Dean Willie. White flag in the air for Waylon Dimmitt. Dimmitt has run a number of different classes here at Lucas Oil Speedway. That Yeoman power plant inside that dirt chassis hooked up tonight. Dean Willie doesn't have anything for your race leader. Waylon Dimmitt grabbed the lead early. He hangs on. Double checkers in the air. Waylon Dimmitt will win at the Diamond of Dirt Tracks. 6th career win for the former B-Mod driver from 2 years ago. Best finish he could muster last year was only an 8th.